Hello, welcome to the Fandomnauts Podcast. We come in peace. You like my movie voice, don't you? Anyway, my name is Andy. I am, I guess we would say the Captain Kirk of the Fandomnauts Podcast. If this ship needed a leader, it shall be me. Unless one of the other two want to take my spot. Speaking of the other two, today I'm going to be doing a solo dolo podcast. The other two compadres couldn't make it here, Herb and Chris. So I'm going to go, in order to stay consistent with my goals, I'm going to try to do a podcast a day for as long as possible. And, even if that means I got to do it alone, no shots, don't worry about it. You guys are cool. They'll be on other episodes. We're going to be promoting some stuff. Right now, we're just trying to, shape and form the podcast. We're going to see, we're going to be testing out stuff. We're in the very early episodes. So hopefully by the time we get to a couple hundred, it will be pretty on point. It'll be a well-oiled machine, ready to go, ready to keep it moving. But if you don't know, the Fandomnauts Podcast is basically a podcast where we talk about, just general fandoms. If you can't tell by the name, I combined fandoms and astronauts. Because, what I learned is, after you indulge yourself in enough of these fandoms, they're like their own little worlds. And you have to explore them sometimes. And sometimes it's cool to just dive into maybe a new TV series or a game or a comic book or a movie franchise or groups of franchises that you like. They're their own little worlds. And one of my favorite things to do is to basically just explore. So I came up with the name Fandomnauts. Yeah. Sounds kind of lame right now, but I bet it'd be cool. I bet it's going to get cool the longer we go. I bet everybody's going to be like, you know what? It doesn't sound stupid anymore. I think it rolls off the tongue pretty cool. I think it's clever. But yeah, we like to talk about our fandoms and share it with each other. And instead of just doing it for free, talking in our backyards and whatnot, we decided, why don't we, start a podcast, maybe try to make something big out of it, or at the very least share what we love with the online community, with the rest of the world, and maybe make some new friends along the way, or whatever it is, or it's just an extended hobby, whatever it is. You never know what comes out of it, right? But enough with the jibber jabber. Fandomnauts, yeah, we talk about fandoms, if you can't tell. And again, that can expand to gaming, movies, television, comic books. Let me go ahead and just give you some plugs right now, and then we'll just go ahead and dive into some of the topics I wanted to cover today. You can follow us on Twitter at Fandomnauts. That's FANDOMNAUTS. I always mess up with the M and an N in the middle. I don't know what it is with that. So I feel like a stupid. I can't even spell the name of the thing I made up. What the heck? But it's our Twitter. You can find us on YouTube. I'll put the link down below because YouTube is weird with the slashes and stuff. And what else is there? There's Instagram at Fandomnauts. And what else is there? Let's see here. Gmail. If you want to contact us for any reason, my favorite method would be the comments. Go ahead and comment, like, subscribe. But for any reason you do need to contact us directly, maybe it's a little extended, or you want to contact us for whatever, I just keep saying the word contact, you can contact us at TheFandomnauts@gmail.com. I'm going to put all this in the description, so no need to freak out. I guess I'm the only one freaking out. But I'll go ahead and move on. Again, today I'm just going to cover a couple of news items that that popped out to me that I want to cover, because it's my fucking podcast, so deal with it. I didn't mean to make it awkward. It's like daddy slapped mommy in front of the kids. But the first thing I want to talk about was, it looks like the Tomb Raider movie gets a 2018 release date. So it looks like they finally are going to pull the trigger on this Tomb Raider movie. They've been talking about it since the Angelina Jolie versions, which were those versions were forgettable at best. I'm sorry if you're a fan of that. I mean, I don't even really remember what the fuck was going on. I just know there was some shit with her father. She looks great as. I mean, at best, it looks like a 2-hour cosplay of Lara Croft with Angelina Jolie, which is not a bad thing. I mean, she looks great, and she is a great actress. I mean, if the movie, for any of the good parts in the movie were probably bought by her. But I don't even remember it. I saw each of them once. I think there's 2 of them. I saw each of them once, and I just now completely forgot it. They're like out of my memory. I'd have to watch them again to even get close to telling you what they were about. I barely even remember scenes. The only scenes I kind of remember, I don't know. They're in a cave. I don't know. Yeah, exactly. So this sounds stupid. I'm not gonna make myself sound stupid, but it looks like the Tomb Raider franchise is going to be reborn, and it looks like it's coming out March 18th, 2016. Bear with me, please, children. Bear with me. This is really unprofessional. Well, March 16th, 2018. Sorry. I know you guys are like, you fucking idiot. Where you going to do a podcast? You don't have the information. Well, shut up. Okay. Anyway, March 16, 2018. Yeah, Tomb Raider. I'm not the biggest Tomb Raider fan. I do like the newer video games that came out. And if they're doing it anything like that, they're more gritty and realistic and pretty cool, new aged. Indiana Jones mixed with okay, so I just want to say, okay, so we all know all these little franchises came from Indiana Jones. He's a starter. So it's funny how like it kind of ties full circles as far as ripping each other off. so there's Indiana Jones. I guess I would say MacGyver kind of rips off Indiana Jones. They just put a little flavor on there, but let's see, Uncharted totally no. Let's start with Tomb Raider. Tomb Raider with the early games totally rips off Tomb Raider. Harrison Ford, Tomb Raider, and totally rips it off. That's cool. Female version. She's exploring stuff. Shows her butt the whole time. That's pretty cool. I like that. I like those games. That rips off Indiana Jones, and then Uncharted rips off both Indiana Jones and Tomb Raider in a way, but does it better to me. It's probably like the best whatever of that version of archaeologists doing shit. That then the Tomb Raider reboot goes back and rips off what Uncharted did as far as gameplay and style. It's just weird, like these things. And then now there's going to be an Uncharted movie which is based on the video game which ripped off Indiana Jones. Near the same time, there's going to be an Indiana Jones movie that's going to be rebooted with Harrison Ford. I think Steven Spielberg is still directing that. Say that a couple of times. Steven Spielberg is still directing that. Yeah, it's just funny how all these reboots and all these different source materials are ripping off each other, and they're all coming back out at the same. They're all relevant at around the same time. The video games for Tomb Raider are really good. The newer ones. I finished I guess it's called Tomb Raider. Yeah, I guess that was Tomb Raider. I know the second game is called Rise of Tomb Raider. The first one's really good. I haven't been able to play the second one yet. And I guess I'm excited. It depends on who's directing and who's Actually, the actor looks like Alicia Vikander is already cast. Alicia Vikander, if you don't know, she's from Ex Machina, which is a great movie, and she's great in it. She's amazing in it. Oscar Isaac and her. Yeah, that was a great movie. Kind of slow if you don't like sci-fi or smaller indie movies that make you think and wonder, and then you might not like it. But for the most part, it's just a great movie. I mean, at least they got the right lead. I mean, Alicia Vikander's awesome. I'm hoping to get her in a Star Wars movie sometime soon because they're all female focused now. Okay, so we're starting strong lead. I don't see any director listed yet here, but one thing I did want to address, it looks like it's going to come out the same day as the Flash, the DCEU Extended Universe movie, The Flash, starring Ezra Miller. So I wonder if The Flash is going to move out the way, because I definitely think The Flash is going to be a bigger movie. But at the same time, if Tomb Raider looks good, is good in general, it might eat up some of that same demographic. So that box office weekend might get eaten up. You know, they might consume each other a little bit. So I don't know. Either Tomb Raider might move a week or two, or Flash might move a week or two. Hopefully it moves up. I think Flash is going to be the bigger movie, but again, you know, you want to protect the franchise, especially after the, DC, with DC. There's controversy. I mean, I don't know. The state of the studio is kind of, well, the studio itself is okay, but like the movies, they're, you know, you have two movies now, Man of Steel and Batman vs Superman, both very divisive movies, mixed reviews, BVS mixed reviews at best. Pretty bad overall. Ultimate Edition is good though. I did check that out. That was pretty good. It did make the movie better. Still, Lex Luthor is the movie did get better though. It makes a lot more sense, and that's the version that should have came out. But this is not about BVS. It's about Tomb Raider. Tomb Raider. I mean, the franchise itself. It's a good franchise. It's a good product. It just needs to be in the right hands. It's just one of those things where it could be, you know, a direct to video, HBO or whatever you want to do movie, or in the right hands, it can be a big blockbuster hit. And I'm just concerned with the Uncharted movie coming out, Indiana Jones coming out, and then now maybe this Tomb Raider franchise coming out. What the heck is going to be, you know what I mean? What are we going to do here? They are a lot of the same type of franchises, and I really want video game movies to start doing well, because some of these video games have way better stories, just like just incredibly good. So yeah, it's gonna be interesting to see what the Flash does, what Tomb Raider does, if it's gonna be good. I think it depends on the trailer. I'm gonna go ahead and say now, if it's really cinematic, it looks like the way Uncharted is. You know, during gameplay, cinematic in that way, and it's epic, good shots. Then yeah, it's really going to depend on visual style. And well, Tomb Raider is not much. It's not that it's humorous at all. I'm not saying there's no humor, but I think Uncharted is going to do better depending on, again, director and you know, visual style. But what might separate Uncharted is it's more, just by the nature of Uncharted, is it's more fun. It's just more fun. It's funny, you know. The character of, you know, Drake himself is just I get a summer vibe from Uncharted. As far as for Tomb Raider, March seems like a good day. You know. You can make Uncharted like Mission Impossible. There's a great cast of characters, great lead. It's funny. It's action packed. It can be smart if it really wanted to. It's cinematic. If you like Mission Impossible, then I mean that guy can make Uncharted. I think that's the style they need to go for. You know, that's the feel. That's the tone. A right mix of action, comedy, just a big, you know, that's what they need to go for, I think. And it has more potential, I think, than either Indiana Jones or Tomb Raider, because Indiana Jones, don't get me wrong, just on pure nostalgia, that movie might do well. And, you know, and Steven Spielberg himself, you know, he's in my opinion, one of the best directors of all time. I mean, that dude has a record. Just peep his game. Just peep his directing game. Like, and peep every genre. But that being said, lately, you know, in this "What Have You Done For Me Lately" kind of league, similar to the NFL, I heard BFG was what's that other movie with Tom Hanks that he just did? That spy movie that's not like a really good spy movie. It's more of a political spy movie. I heard it was okay. He is coming out with Ready Player One, which is which I think he's gonna nail. So that might be his like Star Wars or whatever. I think he's gonna return to form very, very strong with that movie. But let's face it, he's what have you done for me lately? He's been decent at best. I mean, but that's not fair to say because he's. I mean, when you make great movies for 20 years and then you start to do whatever, and can you really be judged? Like, yeah, I mean, is he ever gonna make another Jaws, another Third Encounters of or Encounters of the Third Kind, whatever that movie is called? Jurassic Park. Can he? Can anyone? I mean, seriously, can anyone? No. I mean, so a decent movie for him might be actually pretty good. So, but as far as Indiana Jones himself, as far as why I think Uncharted would do better than Indiana Jones or Tomb Raider, Uncharted is just a perfect blend of what Indiana Jones did with its own its own flavor. It's just it's set in more of a new age kind of way, more relatable to 2016. Indiana Jones, they're probably gonna have to set it back. It's gonna have to be a period piece, which is a fan base. It has built. It's a franchise that's big, so known, and maybe good storytelling. It could do better. It may actually do much better. It has potential to do much better. But I think in 2016, what's most likely gonna happen is, depending on who they get for Uncharted, it's probably gonna be much more relatable. I mean, you can set in 2016. The main character is a guy from is just a guy you can relate to. He's a Tom Cruise type. He's charismatic. You can just easily create a new franchise off this. But yeah, hopefully Tomb Raider is good too, though. I mean, more good movies the better, right? I'd really like to hear what you guys think about that. Please comment on that. I want to see what you think. Uncharted, Indiana Jones, or Tomb Raider, which is going to be the better movie franchise? Because we already know which one is the best gaming franchise. I'm sorry, the new Tomb Raiders are great. Don't get me wrong. In that arena, Uncharted is king. Do you hear me? King. Don't challenge it. Okay, so let's go ahead and move on to the next story here. Next thing I want to talk about is it looks like James Gunn is he's teaching us some things. He's dropping some knowledge on this. So he's saying it looks like in a tweet that the Skrulls, which in the comics are known best from Marvel's Secret Wars event, I think. It is Secret. I know it's Secret Wars, but that's probably what they're best known for. In that comic book, the Skrulls were like taking over main characters in the Marvel universe slowly through comic books, and it built up. It was a long, drawn out thing, and it built up, and there was a war. There was a secret war, and that has good potential. But I guess the rights are actually shared between both. I thought it was just going to be Fox, right? Like I thought Fox just had the rights, point blank, period. But apparently not. I guess the Skrulls aren't exclusive to the X-Men. So, from what I have here, it looks like certain key characters that are Skrull belong to Fox, but the Skrulls in general, I guess their army and whatnot, they are shared between the two studios. So Fox and Marvel are sharing those, the rights to the Skrulls, which has potential for a lot of different things. I guess it's similar to how they do Quicksilver and Scarlet Witch, because both have a version each film franchise. So in the Marvel Cinematic Universe, Quicksilver's dead already, but Scarlet Witch is part of the Avengers, and she's trying to bone Vision. She keeps trying to, I don't know, I guess Vision keeps trying to bone her back, but they're a thing in that universe. And then on the flip side, in Fox's universe, Quicksilver is pretty much God, because he has the best power and he can literally do anything with that. His super speed in that movie is ridiculous. And Scarlet Witch is just a little girl. She's very tiny, so she's probably not going to be doing anything. So I guess it's similar to that situation where they both could use it. So I doubt that they would both use Skrulls at the same time. I guess I'm thinking, okay, because I think with Fox and X-Men, what could you use the Skrulls for? Is it I don't know, the Skrull Kree War? I don't, maybe the Dark Phoenix saga, or is that what race was that? That wasn't the Skrulls. That was the, I forget. But I know there's a storyline with the Skrulls and there's a major story. That might be the main storyline for the Skrulls. Sorry, I'm not that familiar with it, but I know Secret Wars is a thing, and I know X-Men were a big part of that, I believe. But it sounds like it would make more sense in the Marvel universe to just have more characters it would be more of a dramatic effect if they did to do a whole, phase 4 Skrull Secret War thing, I'm more excited to hear news of X-Men and not X-Men, but Fox and Marvel burying the hatchet, because I know they haven't had the best of relationships. And maybe, I don't know, because X-Men Apocalypse didn't do that well. I mean, it did okay. It's gonna make worldwide, I think, so it did good internationally. It's not like it's a failure or anything, but if they were just to try to make a deal with Marvel, you can have a spin-off Marvel Netflix series for the X-Men. That's probably where the X-Men is best served anyway. If anybody disagrees, the story's too big, guys. I'm sorry, but their story's too big, and it's better it's just better for TV. It is, but I would like to see like some sort of Netflix Marvel series, but you have to, and Fox is not going to do that. It's not. They're not going to. Oh, well, we're just going to give you back the rights and work with you just so we can get a Netflix series. Kiss my ass. They're probably gonna do a thing where if they did partner up like Sony Spider-Man and Marvel, and they're all three companies are in the same universe, I would like to see the arc that connects them be Fantastic Four, Galactus, Silver Surfer, because once you get past Infinity War with Thanos, you're gonna have to build back up. Actually, maybe you can actually tie that in all together with the Skrulls if you really wanted to do it. You can start off that phase with the Secret Wars, and then it builds to the Fantastic Four, being introduced through that, and informing the rest of the Avengers that Silver Surfer and Galactus are coming and they're out there, or Silver Surfer arrives at in the middle of the phase or whatever, and one of the Avengers. You can do that. I mean, I guess that would all be, yeah. I mean, I think the Skrull Secret War thing would be a good way to build into Silver Surfer Galactus within the phase itself, because you can't just, I mean, you're gonna have like 4, 5, 6 movies in one phase, and I mean, I guess you can have Galactus as a final villain in that phase, but like what do you do in those movies to build it? I mean, you're really just gonna say, well, Avengers 4, here we go, Galactus and Silver Surfer, I mean, all at once, because it's not that much. I mean, I probably sound stupid. There's probably stories where you can build a lot towards that, but I don't know. Yeah, but I'd rather see that be the news than they can share the Skrulls, because Marvel doesn't need the Skrulls. They have plenty of. They have Dormammu, like him alone. Like, I mean, I know Thanos is a bad motherfucker, but this man is not allowed to come to this dimension because he might destroy it or something. But like, I mean, shit like that. Like, they have characters that they can just throw away, and nobody knows who Dormammu is. He just looks bad the fuck out. And there's just other characters that they can do. They have the rest of the universe. I mean, if you really think about it, Fox and Sony have just a small piece. But hopefully they can work together one day. Hopefully we can get an Avengers versus the X-Men movie. That would be awesome. Or House of M. That would be a great way to I don't know about introduce the X-Men, but that'd be a great way to limit the X-Men within the Marvel universe, because just the problem is there's so many mutants. And there's already so much superhero nonsense going on in the Marvel universe. But if you limit the mutants to a specific group, and just start off their reboot with the House of M, where a majority of the mutants were, there's only a handful of mutants within the world, and make each mutant really special. If you're a mutant, you're really special, it's only like 100 or 200 or 300, then that might work. A couple hundred mutants in the world, including Magneto Squad and the X-Men, and that might work, I think. But I don't know. There's just too many X-Men, and then you're gonna. That's why I think spinning off a lot of these characters or teams into Netflix would be great, because nobody gives a shit in Netflix. No, I mean, everybody will just watch everything at Netflix. But an Avengers versus X-Men movie would be great. House of M, which involves Avengers in it, would be great. Seeing Wolverine and Spider-Man and the Avengers together would be awesome, because that's the version I like. Just get all the best characters and put them in. I think there was a point where it was just all the best characters. Iron Man, Captain America, Spider-Man, Wolverine, Hulk. I think they were all. I'm like, okay, that squad right there is just ridiculous. And Vision, like, yeah. I mean, you can do West Coast Avengers on Netflix. You can do there's a lot you can do if you just wanted to combine the universes. And Netflix, you can use Netflix as a gap filler for the movies if you wanted to, or I don't know. Netflix has a lot of potential. I love Netflix and Marvel series, and I wish there was a new season I can watch of something every month from Marvel, or every single month, 13 episodes. That's the point we got to, and I would fucking love it. Like Luke Cage, but they're a year apart, and you don't have to follow every single one. But if you're the ultimate fan, you will. But as far as Skrulls, Secret Wars, James Gunn, I don't know why James Gunn is the one clarifying that. He might be using the Skrulls in Guardians 2. Maybe that's his plan. And that wouldn't be a bad plan. Excuse me, I'm taking a drink. Your mouth gets a little dry, but yeah, Guardians 2, huh? Use the Kree and the Skrull Skree War would be a great little arc within the Marvel universe. So I don't know. Next, I'm just gonna move on to the next story. You guys can comment on that if you want to. I'm excited though. Hopefully something happens between Fox and Marvel, but let's see here. What's the next news? Okay, so the next piece of news, I just wanted to cover it just because I love this man, for everything he's done. But dude, no way. So Bryan Cranston, if you don't know, he's been cast on the upcoming Power Rangers movie, the Saban's Power Rangers. Which, let's talk about that title for a sec. Why Saban's Power Rangers? Really, dude? You're really that self-centered to where you want to add your name in the beginning? Whoever Saban is, I don't even know who the fuck Saban is. I used to watch Power Rangers, and I saw that name all the time, and I didn't know who the heck it was. Is that the production company, or is that the guy who just had the bright idea to convert those Japanese live-action shows into an American show? Maybe he's the reason why they got off the ground. But seriously, it throws off the whole flow of the title by adding Saban's Power Rangers. It's like, oh, okay, it looks like a giant commercial now. That's what it looks like. Just call Power Rangers, dude. Just call Power Rangers. Why you gotta be that? Why you gotta be that guy? Like, what are you, Donald Trump? You just want to add your name on the beginning and everything? Come on, man. Okay, anyway. Bryan Cranston, he's been cast in a Power Rangers movie as Zordon, which is I think pretty cool. And actually, Bryan Cranston got one of his early starts on Power Rangers. He had a cast. I read that somewhere. It's pretty funny. And it's come full circles. But he stated that this new reboot of the Power Rangers, as far as the tone goes, is going to compare to that of the Dark Knight. Let's just pause for a second on that. The Dark Knight. Possibly one of the greatest comic book... No, it is probably the greatest comic book movies of all time, but seriously, The Dark Knight, Power Rangers is even being compared to The Dark Knight in any way. I guess you can say. I mean, even comparing the Power Rangers to Batman in general is like, as a franchise, like, no. And I love you, Bryan Cranston, but please, no. And I know, he probably just wants to sell his movie, a movie that he's a part of, and get the fans excited. And maybe in some ways when you read that script, as far as levity and making it more realistic, which I don't know how a Power Rangers movie is going to be realistic in any sense. Maybe that's what he's talking about. But I don't know how that movie's. He's talking about tone though, so I don't know how the tone would be any. Dark Knight was a crime thriller, and an amazing one at that. As far as a crime thriller, that movie was just good in general. You can take out the name Joker, you can take out the name Batman, you can take out the fact that he dresses up as a bat. He can just be like a guy that was trained from. He came back from the military and he has $1 billion. What you can tell that movie with any characters in that movie is good. So, I mean, I just wanted to cover this real quick. I didn't think it deserved much time. I just wanted to point out, Bryan Cranston, you're awesome. Breaking Bad, amazing. Even your movies are still great. Hell, you should have been Lex Luthor. And so if you were going to play one bald character to another, instead of it being Walter White to Zordon, you should have been Walter White to Lex Luthor, in my opinion. But we don't get everything we want in this world, and I don't know. Hopefully they somehow age you, or you return as Lex Luthor's father in this sequel to Justice League or something, and shoot him in the face, and just like Jimmy Olsen got shot in the face, and maybe you're the guy that just like, nope, not this annoying motherfucker. Yeah, I mean, I guess that's news. So what do you guys think about that? Bryan Cranston says the tone is going to be comparable to Dark Knight. That's funny. Next thing I wanted to talk about is Game of Thrones in general. And this is probably gonna be the thing that I wrap the podcast on. Yeah, but it looks like Game of Thrones is well, okay, let me just give you the story, the story that I read today, and then I just want to give you my thoughts over season 6 in general. And I might do a full Game of Thrones podcast just sometime this week. Yeah, I probably will. And let me just do that real quick. But I'm just going to go ahead and talk about the news. The news coming out of Game of Thrones is it might be delayed. Season 7 might be delayed. Due to why? Why, do you ask? Because the world is going to fucking end, guys. That's why. Okay? You guys think that global warming is a fucking joke, and it's not. You literally cannot have Game of Thrones when you want it, because it's hard to find snowy places now. What the fuck? Guys, what are we talking about here? They're having a hard time finding places where it snows for this show. I mean, that's affecting the real world. I mean, now it's time to pay attention. Once global warming starts affecting Game of Thrones, guys, come on. Even Republicans that deny the scientists like studies on it, like, I get it. You want to defend your whatever. I'm not even political like that, but guys, we can't get Game of Thrones on time. We need to start fixing this. Come on. Vote in your local elections. That's all I'm saying. Vote in your local elections. Anyway, yeah, so the news is I guess this is the season just arrived. So you do need snow, and it's like they literally cannot have shoot due to they are delaying because they're having a hard time finding places to shoot, where it's snowy and stuff. And that's a problem, man. That's weird. You definitely need the snow. White Walkers are in town. They're just, they have a hard time. The Horns of Winter is something that they have. Let's see. Yeah, it's just so strange. I've never heard of that before. You really just can't go shoot the shit in Antarctica or something. Just take a voyage to Antarctica, and then hopefully y'all make it back. Just shoot it within 2 weeks, and you should be fine. That would be the most realistic acting. Their asses are freezing off. And yeah, no, yeah, this is gonna be. It's just a weird thing that globally Thrones. But a quick little my thoughts on Game of Thrones season 6. Let's see here. Well, as far as season 5, the way it ended, spoilers. If you haven't watched Game of Thrones, I'm gonna be talking spoilers. Like, I don't even, guys, it's spoilers. But the way they ended season 5 with Jon Snow, and again, he literally got betrayed, stabbed in the back by his friends and the Night Watch compadre. That little bastard fucking stabbed him in the heart, dude. That shit was fucked up. I forgot his name, and then I guess he hung them all later. He got his revenge. But I was really upset. I'm not a book reader, so I didn't know that Jon Snow was probably gonna come back. I only guessed that there's no way that they would kill Jon Snow because of who he is. But they did, and everybody kept pointing out for the last, because I gave up on the show. I said, fuck this. I'm officially done. You took Ned. You took the young wolf from me. You took every Stark from me. You just taken my favorite characters. And I was like, you know what? Now they're just killing people just to, like, it's not really like story relevant anymore. It's just to do it, just to like have shocking moments, And when your show starts to do that, that's when I started fearing for the show, because I'm like, okay, now they're just killing people just because for the sake of that's what the show being known for. I felt like that's where the series was headed at the end of season 5. So I was really disappointed, even though I anticipated Jon Snow coming back and stuff. When season 6 aired, you watch the first few episodes. Of course, Jon Snow's back. You discover Melisandre, the Red Witch, is just God. She's like 100 million years old and horrible looking. She's bringing him back to life. That's cool. All that was cool. I was really excited. I mean, it started slow to me the season, but that's cool. But what I realized going throughout the season is not very many people died that you didn't want to die. They didn't do that, kill someone for the sake of killing him that often. I mean, they did. Because Game of Thrones, let's face it, somebody's gonna die. But in some strange way, this season was just different from any other season. One, I don't know if you guys noticed, watch every single episode. There was virtually, like, I don't remember any sex in this season, or even that much nudity. I'm having a hard time remembering any nudity. I mean, and it's like, it's kind of dope that the show got to because so the show was I realized the pattern the show was giving you when you first watch it. Seasons 1 through season 1 is kind of hard to get through if you're not a fan, or if you haven't heard of it before, or if you're not patient at all, because it is slow, and the show really relies on you, like, paying attention and keeping focused throughout. That's why I would say, once you make it past the first season of Game of Thrones, you're a fan for life. The thing is, I think the tactic that they were using in Game of Thrones was, every time it started to get a little slow, or started to get a little, where the audience would fall, like, change the channel or something, they would time it perfectly. You would see nudity, or sex, or some sort of debauchery, or gore, of course. But it was so well paced with that. It was so well done. Every time you started to forget what they were talking about, something sexual would happen, and you're like, oh, my interest is, your interest is like rebooted in some way. And now, and that's what and season 1 had so much of it. Season 2, 3, they all had a lot of it. But now you get to season 6. Even season 5 didn't have that much of it, but season 6, they don't rely on it at all, because they have you. And the majority of the season is amazing storytelling. That's all it is. And character development. That's what they relied on this season. Character development, cinematic, technical, just basically cinematography, and good storytelling, and good writing, and good acting and great moments, and that's what they relied on this season. And I just wanted to point that out because this show was just as awesome this season, and it, you know, redeemed itself to me. Because and it was all story every episode. The only reason why I followed it was story. The Hound came back, his new path, Arya's path, Jon Snow's path, and a lot of this was, I mean, there wasn't even as much violence until there was a lot of violence, but there wasn't any head exploding this season, or getting any dicks. That's what I'm saying. Like, they didn't really go that far. The worst thing that happened this season was Ramsay's face getting eaten off by the dogs, I think. That's the worst thing I remember this season. Maybe the dragons burned up a couple of things. I don't know, but that's about it. Basically what I'm saying is, like, you couldn't show the TV on basic cable seasons 1 through whatever, but this season you could show it anywhere, and the reason why is because it didn't really, I'm not saying it's a good or bad thing, but it's pretty impressive, you know, because Game of Thrones is a mature, complicated show, and you need a strong sense of, like being able to follow it, is what I'm saying, to appreciate the show. And this season they've got so many fans locked in, so many people that love the show, and guess what? Nobody complained about nobody even notices. I'm the only place where I've heard anybody mention it, and I listen to a lot of podcasts and read. I mean, nobody's really, I don't know, talking about it that much. I've seen it. I mean, of course, somebody out there must be talking about it, but so that being said, one thing that was also different in season 7, the thing that I had a problem with in season 5 again, was dying, and I felt me feeling like, okay, so now they're just killing people just to kill them, now it's just a trope of the show, and they're not really doing anything interesting with these storylines. They're just going to lead you to they make you like them and kill them off at the most unexpected moments, even if that means sacrificing a great storyline, or not completing their story. That's what I was saying. That's what I was thinking, and I was ready to give up on the show. Season 6, they bring back Jon Snow, key character, which was one of the things they needed to do. They did, and then the next thing they did was they didn't kill off that many people. They let the storylines flush out. They let you keep going, and even in the season finales, the people that did die or leading up to it, it's a lot of the same people from the beginning of the season are still there, and they're just as important. And that's how the show should be done. It's like, look, I get to keep following this character, and it's still to rely on pure death, and of course, if the story's complete, and I get that shocking moments is very important in the show, of course it is, but I don't know, I really like what this season did with that. I liked in the season revelations. There's some great revelations. This season should be the season of, hey, if you've been waiting 20 years to get some of the answers to these questions, well, here you go. Here's a big gift, because I don't think this season is in the books. Most of it isn't anyway, from my understanding, and I don't read the books, but yeah, none of these are in the books, and so a lot of people got answers to questions that they've been waiting on. I mean, I think the first book came out in the 90s sometime, so 96 or something. So things like Jon Snow's lineage, which I'm pretty sure we all already know. We already know his lineage. He's probably a Targaryen, right? That was revealed. Hodor. It reveals why he is the way he is, and his name's not really Hodor, and he just had a seizure back in the day due to bronze meddling. So, what caused the event? Right? Like him going back in time causes him to do all. Going through the story without Hodor would be impossible. So it's like he created his own situation there, or his solution to his own situation. On his, it was just weird how everything pulled together. That was a great revelation. There's some other ones. The Hound. I'm pretty sure this wasn't in the book. The Hound being alive was, I think, is amazing. I love that shit. he's one of my favorite characters, and he cracks me up. He's a great source of humor. If you guys ever want a cynical, source of cynical, perspective on life, that Hound is pretty funny. And he likes chicken. I like the fact that he likes chicken. Yeah, I love that. I love what they do with that. And then they brought him back, and instantly, they ask you, they make him reflect and ask him, make him force him to force him to ask questions about himself, or answer questions, or look for answers to questions about himself, about his morality, about what he cares about in this world, what's worth fighting for, is it worth being a good person, is it just a foolish idea, things like that. That they bring you back, and they instantly throw you into a great storyline with him, and I think him being used in the because the White Walkers are coming. That, by the way, the winter is here. That's when finally, Jesus, and they have this whole thing with Ned Stark this season with the flashbacks. And I think it's great because he's in season 1. He's the character that's always telling you or warning that winter is coming. What the fuck are you guys talking about? Stop arguing. We have to prepare. There's bigger dangers coming. And in this season, winter is this is the season where winter arrives, and he's again a big part of the storyline. This time in the past, like the past is echoing again, like, hey, winter is coming in a way. But he also is used. He's used in a lot of different ways, and I think what I like about some of these characters, their face haven't been revealed, or if they died in the book, they're still alive. Like Bryan, I think she was hung in the book by Caitlyn, her zombie, Caitlyn zombie. I forget. Everybody knows if you're a Game of Thrones fan, you know what that is about. But yeah, Caitlyn Stark. I mean, not Caitlyn Stark, but Bryan was dead already. But I guess they're keeping her alive because she has, for fan service, and also her story can be, fleshed out a little bit more, and it could go somewhere really good if they wanted to make that change. So what I think they're doing is a lot of the popular characters or fun characters or characters that the fans like around, they're going to keep them until the very end, when the White Walkers attack, and then that might be what's different from the books. The characters that are there during the White Walker War, or whatever you want to call that, that battle, they might not be present in the book, and that'd be one of the key difference. So in the you get more significant deaths in the TV version, because they weren't even supposed to be there in the first place, and now we gave an extension to their story that makes it a little bit more meaningful when we kill them off with these White Walkers. That's probably what's going to happen to a lot of these characters. But I like that, that makes it all worth it. I mean, I don't like that they're dying, but it happens. What else? Ramsay Bolton's dead. Thank God he had that coming. I like the way they killed him. I like the fact that Jon Snow had to punch him in the face. When he's punching him in the face, beating the shit out of him for everything he's done, it's like, oh yeah, let's do this shit, beat him down. It's like it feels like you want to do it too. It's like you want to grab the person next to you and beat the shit out of him in unison with Jon Snow. And they're looking at you and they're wondering why are you doing this to me? I'm not Ramsay, and you're like, to me you are, and you realize it's only due to the bad brownies that you ate. No, okay, that didn't happen to me. That's not what really happened. But yeah, Ramsay Bolton's dead. He got beat up, and his death was satisfying. Sansa kind of fucked up the way she does it. Oh yeah, before that though, the Battle of the Bastards, that shit was awesome. Probably one of the greatest cinematic moments on television ever. And again, it only trumps the last achievement Game of Thrones had with the Battle at the Wall, I think, with the White Walkers, and not the White, yeah, well, with the White Walkers invading the Wildlings lands, and the Wildlings versus the Wall the season before. Like, there's these epic action pieces are just ridiculously amazing. Shout out Game of Thrones. Yeah, Battle of the Bastards is amazing. Bodies everywhere. Jon Snow's little brother is just killed right in front of him. He's emotional. He pulls out his sword and he's like, "Come at me, bro," to like 1,000 soldiers with horses running towards him. He's just like, "Fuck you. fuck you, come after me, you kill me, brother. You kill me, brother, I'm a Stark. They call me Snow, but I'm a Stark. And then it's like they're running at each other, and then they clash, and it's like ridiculously awesome. That was great scene. Jon Snow, my favorite character. He's a hero. I like main characters, if you guys can't tell. I usually like, in any franchise, I usually like the character that the story is centered around, and I get annoyed when they try to focus on the side characters unless it's like main character B. You know what I mean? Like there's one A, and yeah, like there's usually a character that's the second most important. I don't mind when the story focuses on them, but I'm usually a main character kind of guy with these stories. So yeah, Jon Snow had a great war scene. Sansa gets Peter Baelish's army from the Vale to help. That was awesome. I mean, it ended predictably, but it almost didn't end predictably, because you almost think Jon Snow's gonna die again, because he's getting stomped out. Like that might happen in the club. You might be listening to DMX, with a hood, or whatever it is. I don't know why I referenced that song. I don't know why that popped in DMX. Like I don't know. But yeah, I mean, he was getting trampled, and that's really scary. It looked realistic. That could happen, you know. That's why I'm apprehensive of going to places with a large amount of people, and in tight spaces like that, because that shit happens. Nobody cares about you once it's time to freak out. Once it's time to get the fuck out of there, if there's a fire, a shooting, whatever it is, a swords battle, and people want to get out and you fall, it's just that's a scary scene, man. That's why I don't, you know, I mean, I like concerts and movies and all this stuff, but it's like that's always a danger, and that's always a possibility. And in Game of Thrones, they just show you like, oh yeah, it could happen, dude. So that was a cool scene. It's shot beautifully. Ramsay was an asshole with the arrow, which I didn't see why. Like this, I didn't see why this dude was not zigzagging. Like, come on, man, you ran in a straight fucking line. He was not a good shot. He was missing you. Like, come on, man. Come on, bro. You couldn't just, you know, serpentine a little bit, like, and then you got shot in the face or whatever it was with the arrow. That was sad. But then that leads to Jon Snow earning everybody's respect. He becomes King of the North, which was amazing. I almost teared up when I saw that. Like, I really, like, that was an amazing moment. That was emotional. Yeah, Jon Snow. That was very satisfying. So where we're at now, looks like Daenerys got her ships. She upgraded Tyrion to Hand of the Queen, I guess, and they're heading towards. I guess they're going to be arriving in the south of Westeros, or south of King's Landing. And Cersei, after she just murdered everybody with that explosion, which Jaime is going to be upset about, because, hey, I had to kill a dude for attempting to do this last time. You know, the Kingslayer, yeah, I had to kill him because he was going to do this last time, and you actually did it. And you're now the king or queen. Do I have to be the Queenslayer too? And I'm in love with you. This is you know, like, it's just a lot. Her premonitions are coming true. Cersei's premonitions coming true, or not premonitions, but that whatever that was that a curse or a prophecy or whatever it was? All three of her kids would die, horrible deaths, and her little brother would kill her. And now it seems like it's Jaime. Jaime is the little brother from the prophecy. I think they're twins, and he's the little brother. But she thought it was going to be Tyrion. That's why she wanted to get rid of him, and she hated him all their lives. But it looks like it's probably going to be Jaime, mostly because I say this because of proximity. And yeah, he's the closest little brother around, and you know, but that's the thing. Tyrion is that's see. Actually, I didn't think about that. Since Daenerys is coming and Cersei's the new queen, I'm pretty sure Daenerys, you know, is just gonna push her over and actually Tyrion might kill her, because he's gonna be in the proximity now. Now that he's riding with Daenerys, it might be him, but I think it'd be more poetic if it was Jaime, and then he kills himself after on some Romeo and Juliet shit. But there haven't been many suicides on Game of Thrones, mostly murders. Except for which is one of the greatest moments. because I didn't see it coming. What's his name? The king, little Cersei's son. He just jumped out that window. Did not see that coming. They paused on that window for a moment. I didn't see it coming to the last second. I'm like, man, they're really focusing on that window. And then you see him walk away and then come back, and you're like, oh, she's about to just, and he did. And then I had the thought as he was doing it, and he did, and it was crazy to me. I was like, oh shit. And so yeah, prophecy fulfilled almost. Just 25% of that prophecy left to fulfill, and it's going to be done. And I think that prophecy being fulfilled, Cersei's death by Jaime's hands. I'm thinking Jaime's going to kill her and do what's right for the world and try to fight in the White Walker War, because he knows that's more important, and she's lost her damn mind and all that. Or she's not doing what's right for everyone, and it's gonna like lose herself to Daenerys. Like, she's just gonna make sure it's either Daenerys kills everyone or she wins, right? Or Cersei wins. And I don't think Jaime's gonna let that fly. If they're losing and they're losing men and Westeros in general, just gonna like, why lose everything? You know, he's probably gonna do the Kingslayer thing, because she's crazy right now. She's not thinking rationally. She lost all her kids. It looks like she's been waiting for this moment to have the power for a while. And I don't know if her love for Jaime is going to surpass her hatred for the rest of her pain and hatred, you know, in general, or her broken heart. I think that's going to be their tragedy. Yeah, it just looks like that is. So Jaime's probably going to kill her. If not, Jaime's gonna rock. Jaime's probably gonna. If that's not the case, Jaime's probably gonna rock with her till the end, as they're losing to Daenerys. Westeros is being burnt to the ground, and they basically die together a fiery death as Tyrion Tyrion and Daenerys pretty much end their lives together, and that's how the prophecy will be fulfilled on the other end. Tyrion just, it's my responsibility to kill the Lannisters. They're my family. And let me do it. That's probably that. It could happen that way. So it's gonna happen one of those three ways, I think. Unless some crazy shit happens and all forces just decide to join together against the White Walkers and do the right thing, and then figure it out later. Yeah. So I guess Daenerys is gonna attack King's Landing. That looks like it's probably gonna happen with dragons. And with dragons and what are they called? What is Khal Drogo's little posse called? I don't know. Those guys are fucking awesome. Those savages, man. I don't know I forgot what they're called, but and she has the Unsullied. What are they called? Khal Drogo, Khaleesi. I don't know. I forgot the name. Sorry, I know I probably don't look like a Game of Thrones fan at all, but so Daenerys. So my future predictions for season 7. Well, what's gonna have to happen is Daenerys is going to have to either go after Cersei first, take over as queen of the 7 kingdoms, and challenge, and then from there, the only thing left is Jon Snow in the north, and either they're gonna join sides to, Daenerys and Jon Snow are gonna either join sides to fight the White Walkers, which seems like it would be a good idea, or they're gonna clash because she wants complete control of all the kingdoms. He's the rightful king of the 7, and the North doesn't want to be a part of the 7 kingdoms anymore. They usually really didn't want to do that at season 1, but something like that happens where they want to be independent, or they clash over the rightful heir to the throne, because Jon Snow is the rightful heir because he's Rhaegar's son. She is his aunt though, so there's a weird thing there, but they might clash on who the rightful owner of the throne is, and that might be what happens. Or he might just say, fuck it, I don't care. I don't even want the throne. I just want to do what's right for everyone. Because he's the only one that's playing this whole thing right. He's worried about White Walkers. In all of Game of Thrones, Jon Snow is the only one doing any of this right. He cares about the White Walkers. He's like, hey, all your bullshit and murdering and scheming, it doesn't matter. The end of the world is coming, and you idiots over here fighting amongst yourselves, scores of people dying every day. You just idiots. And he's probably gonna be like, hey, Daenerys, take it. I don't give a fuck. Just give me your dragons. Let's make an army that has Valyrian swords, and let's go fuck some zombies up, some snow zombies up. Let's do that. And I'm hoping that's probably is gonna be. And she's not a bad person per se. She wants the right thing for her people. So if he ideologically can see that in her and say, you know what, she wouldn't be a bad ruler. She's not mad. She's freed slaves. Her intents have been genuine as far as what she wants for the world. So I might back her. I might and keep her in check if need be, if she decides to go crazy with those dragons, because I'm thinking the dragons are going to be once they meet Jon Snow, once Daenerys and Jon Snow meet, those dragons are probably going to bow down to Jon Snow, more right. They're like, okay, you're the Khaleesi, the Dragon Queen, but he has king's blood in him too, and his is stronger than yours. Something about him is the need to listen to him is greater than it is to you for some reason, Khaleesi. I think that's what's going to happen with her dragons. Jon Snow is probably going to be, or he's going to ride one of them. He's going to have a dragon. I'm pretty sure he's going to get a dragon. His new favorite pet is going to be that dragon, not that snow wolf or that dire wolf, I mean. Yeah, that's, I'm thinking that's what's going to happen in Game of Thrones Season 7. I'm excited. Hopefully these delays don't delay it that long. Like, it's crazy. Global warming is a bitch. But is there anything else I want to say about Game of Thrones? Let's see. Melisandre got sent to the south, which I think she's going to be in King's Landing during the time Tyrion, it just looks like a lot of things are going to happen there in King's Landing before the White Walkers and Jon Snow and the North are involved in season 8, I believe. Yeah, so that's probably what's going to happen there. Arya, let's talk about Arya for a quick second. And I'm probably going to end the podcast on this. Arya is feeding people their sons. So she has a hit list, and I guess she just came back to Westeros and is gonna just start taking people out of her hit list. So she's probably gonna go for Cersei as well, because she redeemed the Red Wedding. She got vengeance for the Red Wedding. Arya, that is. Yeah, so the Red Wedding is avenged because Arya decided to feed that guy his sons and then cut his throat. And we all know Cersei is on her list. The Mountain, I mean, is the Mountain? I don't know about the Mountain, but I know the Hound is on her list, but is he really on her list still? Can we just let that go? She thinks he's dead, right? She thinks she marked him off, so as long as she doesn't do that, I want to see their reunion. And if she does have to kill him, then let's make it emotional and stuff. But yeah, Arya's storyline, her season 5, 4, and 5. 5 and 6. I guess 2 seasons in that place, and it was a complete waste of time to me. I mean, there was no point. If you're just gonna drop out of school, drop out of Assassin Academy, and nothing was really learned, she just learned that they were fucked up. They're just fucked up people that have this one cool trick that they do. That's really what those 2 years there did. That's basically what she learned. Hey, there's a cool trick that I can learn from you. I don't necessarily have to believe in your philosophy to learn how to do what you do. So I'm just gonna be Arya Stark, not nobody, and I'm gonna learn how to change my face when I want. Thank you. Like, she's got all the benefits. And then she got to kill with a sword, and she got to kill that annoying free running, I think her name was the Wave or something like that. That free running bitch. She looks like that. Everybody keeps calling her that thing from Terminator 2. The T300, whatever, T2000, whatever it was called. She's just running after her the whole time. But I wish they would have shown that scene when Arya killed her, because all you see is her take her out with the blind. Well, she took her out in the dark. And my question there is, did that bitch not have the same training Arya did? Well, she went blind, because she looks like a couple of steps ahead of Arya, but she can't. So I'm assuming she can't fight in the dark because she never fucked up and wasn't blind. Is that what happened? She never had to do the blind thing because she did everything right, so she doesn't know how to fight without seeing, and that's why Arya had the advantage. I'm thinking that's the only explanation, because if this bitch did have the same training, how the fuck is Arya stabbed to death, like half dead, like all this shit fucked up? How does she win? She doesn't. That's how. Yeah. That's gonna be interesting. I want to see more magic included. Oh, Sam. Let's actually, okay, I'm gonna end with Sam. Sam is at the Citadel, and he's with all the maesters and stuff. So that's gonna be awesome. I think somebody told me about this, so if this is inaccurate, don't fuck me up. But the Citadel, they're gonna reveal that that the maesters had something to do with magic going away, and I really want to learn the history of magic. So I want to know why did it go away, where did it come from, and why it's coming back, and all that stuff. So hopefully Sam learns more about the history of magic and why the maesters are assholes about magic, and are they the ones really controlling everything? Yes. Dun dun dun. A lot to conclude, but I think I'm gonna end the podcast here with this Game of Thrones. Game of Thrones is gonna be exciting next season, guys. And I want to hear your thoughts. I want you guys like, comment, subscribe. But as far as the podcast itself, we're going to go ahead and end it here. You can find us on our YouTube channel. Just type in Fandomnauts on YouTube, but the link is in the description below. We're on SoundCloud, soundcloud.com/Fandomnauts. That's probably the best place to get the podcast for now. If you want to contact us on Twitter, it's Twitter @Fandomnauts. Instagram @Fandomnauts, and if you want to get in personal contact with us, it's Gmail. At our Gmail, TheFandomnauts@gmail.com. Sorry, I'm having a hard time talking today. We're also on Twitch. He's Too Good. That's HEEZ, the number 2, and then GOOD. That's my Twitch account. I Twitch from time to time. I'd love to have you guys follow me. Just hit the follow. Just definitely hit the follow, and then turn on the notification thing, and then you should know it when I'm on there. It tells you, it gives you notification. For Herb, it's Hikado_Rain. That's HIKADO_REIGN. And he has an art page where he sells his art. He's building his library, so it's still growing. Every day is relatively new, but that's www.redbubble.com/people/letmedopeyou/shop. Again, that's redbubble.com/people/letmedopeyou/shop. But it looks like that's about it, guys. I'm really, really glad you decided to listen today. If you are listening, again, hit that like button, comment, share it, subscribe to it. We're going to be on iTunes soon. We're going to be on all that. But SoundCloud and YouTube are the best to get these first couple of episodes here. And yeah, just keep supporting, man. Just hang along with this ride for us. We're going to have more podcasts. We're going to try to spin off these podcasts and do other things with them and stuff. We're going to have a store coming. So yeah, just contact us, and just check on us and say how are you doing, guys. But I'm gonna go ahead and end it here, guys. Again, if you need anything else, contact us on our social medias. It'll be posted on the links down below. Other than that, you guys have a great rest of your day. Thank you, and I'm out.